Okay, brilliant. Thank you, Michael. Appreciate you for working on that so diligently. It looks great. And Laura, who created that for us. So, okay, well, welcome everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening from all over the world. We have people joining us on this call. This is the call that you needed to be on because we have a big surprise coming to us today from Richmond about our launch, which is upon us. So, gosh, guys, you're in the right place at the right time. There's no question about it. What we have here is a smart contract. It's called the Power of Two. The smart contract is so brilliant because once it's placed on the blockchain, it can never be taken down, can never be hacked. No owner can ever take our money and leave. It's just that great. Additionally, what we have is a product here. This is a digital product. And it is, in fact, we are purchasing, when we participate, the right to use the smart contract because it was created by somebody much smarter than we are. Anyway, then you'll be able to offer that opportunity to others as well through our program. So we have with us today Michael from coming all the way from the other coast. I'm in San Diego. He's all the way in Connecticut. And Michael is going to give us an overview. He has been in the industry since 1998 and helped to usher in a lot of the companies that we've all heard of that are household names. So Michael, without further ado, let's turn it over to you.
Well, thank you so much for that, Jen. I trust I can be heard fine.
Perfect, thanks.
Thank you so much. And thank you to each and every one of you for joining us today. Let's get started. We've got a lot on the plate today for our 1 p.m. This is the all-exciting Power of Two smart contract, and we're in what's known as pre-launch, ladies and gentlemen, and the entire world is joining us here in this project. Let's take a close look at some of the extraordinary facets of the model. This is a model where the little guy and the big guy can finally succeed, and you're going to see why. It's also free to get started and super affordable to upgrade for just $10 US. Everyone is guaranteed 2 free referrals. There are no monthly fees, no annual fees, and no surprises. And we utilize a smart contract that Jen was just speaking to that affords peace of mind through its unique placement on the blockchain. Let's get started. This is a classic disclaimer. We make no guarantees. You can read through this. What this really amounts to, ladies and gentlemen, is your success is up to you. Let's get started. The overarching principle is we are looking at an awesome space known as smart contracts. And these are globally coded financial contracts that are forever placed on what is known as the blockchain. And once it's placed there, it cannot be changed. It's impossible to hack, manipulate, or delete. I'd be remiss if I didn't underscore the importance of early movers' advantages. I've seen entire families' destinies change by taking advantage of these advantages, and this is truly a global opportunity. Let's get right into some of the primary elements of the opportunity, our global power line and X Factor. Now with the global power line, this is where people can join for free. And this is really truly prolific, ladies and gentlemen, because people from that power line that are joining for free are funneled right into what we refer to as our 1x2 global cycler. And we also call this our X Factor. And ladies and gentlemen, if you've been in the industry, you'll recognize this dynamic, and it's like a free perpetual rotation funnel system feeding your matrix with endless free referrals. I was on with top leaders over the last few days, and we're all recognizing just the profound nature of this dynamic. If nothing else, step back and take a look at this, ladies and gentlemen. You don't see this every day. Typically, this type of thing just does not happen, and it's finally a model where the team build structure is designed where everyone wins, but it gets better. Prime is your second compensation plan, and with Prime, this is your active team build. Remember, with X Factor, that was a global community build. Now, Prime has 10 levels that are very wide. As a matter of fact, they're infinitely wide. Plus, it gets better. If going infinitely wide was not enough, you get paid 10% on 10 levels deep. Now, again, Prime is your personal team build, UNILEVEL. And just pause for a moment and envision getting off at the 5th level. And realize this, as you got out of the elevator, you made a right, the floor never ended. But that's not just the 5th level, that's all 10 levels, which are infinitely wide. Don't forget, At the same time, you've got that global power line feeding into X factor. And you're starting to understand now, as you wrap your mind around the extraordinary nature of this model's design, we have an astoundingly powerful 1-2 punch here with the power of 2. Let's take a close look at the process. The registration process is in the illustration here to the right, with free user number 1 on the left and free user number 2 on the right. Now you can earn, upgrade, and be put in slots 1 in both the X factor and prime. And in X factor, when you come in for free, you get free people picked randomly and placed under you out of that power line. Now it's important to note, they have 24 hours to upgrade, and you need to upgrade in order to get paid. Let's take a look at the upgrade process. With your initial purchase, it puts you automatically in slot 1 in both X factor and prime. And we're using Tron here as an example. And as you can see, this represents the process. Now, 518 Tron is approximately where Tron was recently for 10 US dollars. So half goes into X factor and half goes into prime. Don't forget, X factor is the global build, prime is your active build. And you can upgrade to multiple slots in your back office with a one-time purchase. Now with X factor, when you upgrade, you get paid members placed under you, and this is huge because you're making money immediately. Now anyone can upgrade instantly before anyone else and pass them up in the paid X factor and prime. Ingeniously, the fear of loss was woven into this model, ladies and gentlemen, to create activity. You want to stay plugged in and be cognizant of what's taking place here. This isn't a set it and forget it program. Now, how the X factor cycler works, the first person upgrades and you get a 100% payout. Now, all payments are a true member-to-member format paid directly to your Tron wallet. A couple of important action steps we're going to go over when it comes to your Tron wallet towards the end of the presentation here in just a couple of minutes. Now, the second person on your right upgrades, and 100% goes to the person above you in the cycler. And this is important because it gives you a 100% re-entry to cycle. And you can cycle again and again in the same slots with the same 2 members. Now, there's no limit on how many times you'll be cycling, getting paid over and over and over by your automatic re-entries on each of the slots. It's important to note you can get paid in multiple slots simultaneously. Now, let's take a close look at the upgrading process in X factor and prime. You can upgrade to the next slots immediately to earn even more money in up to 10 slots on both X factor and prime. Now the system will time and date stamp, and it picks partners from the power line to qualify you for an upgrade in the X factor. Let's take a close look at prime. Once all of those you invite upgrade, they're placed on your front line in that UNILEVEL network. If an invitee upgrades before you, they're passed up to your sponsor. And realize this, the protocol is first come, first serve for every slot. Let's take a close look at prime. In each UNILEVEL slot, you can have an infinite amount of direct referrals, just prolific, and you're paid 10% up to 10 levels deep on each referral in each slot. Each person you refer is a different leg. Let's hone in just for a moment on just some of the potential here. Recall that with the power of 2, we have 2 robust plans. And you want to think of X Factor as a global community automatic feeder line creating ongoing incoming funds. Remember, the global community is constantly feeding X Factor. And as you can see depicted here, it's just showing cycling one time through the 10 levels. This can happen many more times in many more levels. And also realize with Prime, this is for both your active build and your team's effort. So let's look at the immense potential here. That plus sign represents the sky is the limit, because how hard you want to work, how well you manage your time, how focused you are, how coachable you are, these are all factors that will come into play to leverage the immense potential here. Don't forget, you're getting 10% on each level all the way down. And remember, these are infinitely wide levels. Now, an important note with the power of 2, we use the USD equivalent of Tron, which is always the sole determining factor for each level to participate in. For example, if $10 of, if 10 US dollars of Tron is 530 Tron today, but tomorrow, 10 US dollars of Tron is a different amount of Tron, you still pay the US dollar amount. Now, there is a perpetual value regulator at play here with the power of 2, as we do not utilize the decimal value. I'm sure many of you, like myself, have been in other programs where they use the decimal value and everything goes sideways with that kind of arrangement. With the power of 2, we utilize a consistent USD value, and whatever that USD amounts to in Tron is the amount of Tron we use. As you can see demonstrated by this step, to help protect our community from market price fluctuations and all the other extraordinary aspects we just covered in this presentation and more, there's many more, this model is truly one that has no peer in the marketplace. Now, as we head to the home stretch, you want to make sure you take the important action steps with downloading your Tron wallet. Let's take a close look at those. Now, whether you register for free or pay to upgrade in both X Factor and Prime, in order to do Tron transactions, you have to set up a Tron wallet. This is what we refer to as action step number 1. Download the Tron wallet. And at this wallet, you can store Bitcoin, Ethereum, and other cryptocurrency. And you can download your free Tron wallet at the App Store or Play Store. And myself and many others have done it recently. It just takes a minute or two, and it's super easy, ladies and gentlemen. Now, in order to get connected to the X Factor and Prime, you must pay for the gas fee or transaction fee to attach your Tron wallet to your account. This is action step number 2, so you can get some Tron. Now, get excited, ladies and gentlemen, if you've been part of other programs where Ethereum was utilized, those gas fees are almost impossible to cope with at this point in time. Check this out. The minimal transaction fee to connect with the Power of 2 platform is usually less than 25 cents. And it is a fee that is paid to the Tron wallet, and the Power of 2 does not make income from this at all. Now, action step number 3, I can't underscore the importance of this enough. You want to get back to the person who invited you to this overview so you can have them invite you to the Telegram group or Facebook group, because this is where everything Power of 2 is happening. Speaking of getting back to the person who invited you, let them know you're ready to get started, and let me be the first to welcome you to our awesome community here with the Power of 2. Now, our community has made a devotion reflected in this commitment with our worldwide live presentation schedule. And as you can see, everything is here in order for you to share effectively with others all of the details. You want to take advantage of technology and leverage that and have the schedule right on your phone. And you've got all the connectivity there with Zoom. An important programming note, there's other exciting information in store. Ladies and gentlemen, today's the day when the countdown clock is going to be ignited. And with more news on that, I'm going to toss this back to Jen. I know we've got a lot on our schedule, so we want to keep moving crisply. Thank you for joining us. And Jen, I'm going to toss it back to you.
As always, Michael, perfect, perfect, perfect. Thank you so much. Great job.
Thank you.
Okay. So I shared earlier, we're going to hear from Barry next. Barry is in Chicago. He's one of our top leaders. Barry's been in the industry for over 30 years, which makes him a very young man, but he certainly knows about these programs and what kinds of programs exist today and what have been out there in the past. And he's going to tell us the differences that he sees. Barry, are you there?
I'm here. Thanks, Jen. All I could say is this is the easiest program ever to invite people to, when you could join for free and make some money without recruiting. That's why there's going to be about 10 to 50,000 people in the first few days joining this program. That's why people are lining up tons of folks to get in this, because every time you cycle in any of the slots, you get 100% of your money back. So second time cycling, you're just basically doubling your money over and over, and that's fed by the community. No work from you. So when you don't have to do something, that's when people usually do something. So there's going to be a lot of leaders inviting a ton of people to this global straight line. Why? Because they go on the front line of the 10 level, 100% payout UNILEVEL. So we're dealing with 2 compensation plans, both paying out 100%, both paying out instantly to your Tron wallet. Tron wallet, you could easily swap your Tron for Bitcoin, And there's no getting screwed here. There's no owners running off with the money or changing the comp plan or hiding stuff in the admin panel that we can't see. This is all in the blockchain, all visible. No gotchas here. The little guy could come in for $10, and when he upgrades, the big guy could buy on all the slots and spend a little over 10,000. So there's going to be records set here. I don't want to mention any other companies, but a lot of them are just copycats. A lot of them are using 1x3 and 1x6 cyclers, which take forever. A 1x2 hasn't been done. A 10 level, 100% payout UNILEVEL hasn't been done. A straight line fear of loss feeder that feeds into the community cycler, that every hole is filled. There's no empty slots. Everyone's going to get 2 people, the same 2 people that follow you over and over again in the $5 cycler could be 2 different people that follow you in the $10 or the $20 or the $40 cycler. Most likely they will be 2 different people. So we're really helping each other with this concept here. I just love it, and I've seen a lot over the years. And you know, like I was saying, all the other ones aren't unique. You know, it's like peanut butter, peanut butter, peanut butter. There's some passive programs out there that don't touch this because of the payout. There's some other programs starting with a 50% $50 monthly fee. So there's no monthly fees here, and I just love what was put together. Like I said, this isn't, you know, peanut butter. they're all like peanut butter. What I reckon this to be is, with this compensation plan, the way it's put together, we got peanut butter, jelly, and not nice toasted bread all merged together here. So